Me and young Pharaoh get ready to do a lecture. You know what I'm saying? Real soon, another 2 months. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking. He's going to be talking about why black relationships don't work and what we have to do to prepare them. And I'm going to be talking about the black family. What we got to do to build our family units up, because all the problems that we have is rooted in the black family. Until we fix that, we're not going to fix anything.
Fire, 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 every time. Fire, 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 every time. You are now tuning Baba TV. 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 Fire, fire, fire.
I just want to ask you, brother. I see the patch of, damn, it's Che Guevara. Damn, I got a mental block just now. I see my man's Che Guevara. We can't talk about Fidel Castro without mentioning Che. So, brother, before we go into Fidel Castro, give us some history on Che. Who was Che? Break that down for us, brother.
Peace, Black Power. Che Guevara, Ernesto Che Guevara. He was from a well-to-do family, and when he wanted to be a doctor. So as he traveled South America, and he saw the ill effects of white supremacy in South America. That basically changed him. So that was his wake-up call, seeing what was being done to the people in South America due to the capitalists. So from that, what we know today is Che Guevara, he was birthed from that. And so Che was a hardcore revolutionary, and Che was he was about the upliftment of the black and brown people. And Che didn't just talk it and walk it, but Che went beyond walking. Che was in warfare. So, that's a brief, explanation of Che. I recommend, to anybody that really wants to know about Che to study Che, read about Che. And I guarantee you, studying Che, you will come to the equation that the brother was about revolution. He was for our people. Keep in mind, there is propaganda that has been put out in regards to Che, just like propaganda has been put out in regards to a lot of our leaders to discredit them, to keep the people bound and not to realize the importance of these people and realize the influence that these people can make on us, and therefore, with there being an influence and an inspiration, the change that can happen with us as a people.
All right, I want to ask you a few things about Fidel. First, his ethnicity, because, some would say that he looked pigmentation-wise damn near like the people that he kicked out. What gave the brother that spirit of rebellion and not wanting to identify with them? What was his ethnicity and his parents, and what made him the way that he is?
Castro, as far as the ethnicity of his parents, to my knowledge, which is like a Spaniard mixed with Taino. However, Fidel was quoted saying that the blood of Africa runs through the veins of the Cuban people. So being also that he was an initiate into Orisha, and he gave homage to Africa because he realized all things, all people, everything comes from Africa. He had a love and an admiration for Africa. As far as the people he kicked out of Cuba, the people he kicked out of Cuba, and he was very intelligent how he strategically did this. He kicked out individuals that were against him, that were against his ideology. He kicked out homosexuals. He kicked out the murderers, the rapists, the thieves, and he put them on a boat and he sent them here to America. I think that that's highly brilliant. I think that's highly intelligent. Why? Because the shit that this government did to Cuba prior to him being in power. You had Batista that was in power, but Batista in a lot of ways was just a puppet of this government. And Batista loved it. Batista loved exploiting his people. So, you know, the embargo that this government placed on him. So that was Castro's way of saying, fuck you, kiss my ass, here you go. That was what he did. Again, I think that was brilliant. I think that was intelligent, what he did. The individuals that sit and they complain about Castro, that complain about that government, yo, they pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? These are people that love capitalism. Therefore, if you love capitalism, you love white supremacy. So you don't want to see people advance. And so a lot of the people too that he kicked out were people that lived on the island of Cuba, and they were Caucasian, they were European. So they weren't people that necessarily were mixed with Taino or with African. These are some straight up fucking crackers. But you got to keep in mind too that there are people that aren't white, that are Cuban, that are against Castro. But just because they are non-white doesn't mean that they're not a cracker themselves. Doesn't mean that they don't have the mentality of a white supremacist, of a capitalist. So it was brilliant what he did. Very brilliant.
All right. Well, let's switch gears. Brother Malik, what have you been working on? Because I know you got something brewing. What do you got cooking? You always doing something in the street somewhere for the people. You working on something as long as I've known you. You've always had something brewing, something cooking. So whatever that may be, just expound a little bit on it.
One of the things which I have really been trying to put together to do, Black and Brown Power Conference, and we're talking like 4 years now. So the thing is that it's been taking me this amount of time because look, I'm gonna be real, I'm not no rich dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody that just say, oh, here's 10 G's, I'm gonna rent out this spot. You know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of having the money to have a place. It's a matter of having the money because I'm sure there's going to be individuals that are going to request that they get paid. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that go into it. That's one of them. The other thing is there is a brother from Newark. I'm not going to elaborate too much. The brother and I are going to have a meeting tomorrow. His name is Bashir Akinelli. Brother Bashir Akinelli was in the new Black Panther Party, and he was the chairman of the NAVC, the Newark Anti-Violence Coalition. So tomorrow, the brother and I are going to have a sit down, and there's some things we're going to discuss to try to put in motion. Now, there is something I will say. And I've debated on whether or not to go public with this. So I am going to go public with this. Where I live in the city of Newark, New Jersey, on Clinton Avenue, is a Hell's Angels. The Hell's Angels is in Newark, New Jersey. Why are they in Newark, New Jersey? I don't know. I seen Mayor Ras Baraka in the summertime, or not in the summertime, a few months ago at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And I had to talk with him, a brief conversation. And it was something that the brother would like to know as well. So what I would like to do is organize a rally to stand in front of the Hell's Angels and protest them. Because the question is, the Hell's Angels, not so much a question, it's a statement. The Hell's Angels is a white supremacist biker gang. They hate black people, they hate brown people, right? They for white people. The Hell's Angels control a lot of things dealing with guns and drugs. In the prisons, out the prisons. And I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. There's some people who have told me not to talk about this. There's some people who have told me not to do this out of fear of my life. I don't care. I don't care. We shouldn't have to run from the devil. We shouldn't have to back down from the devil. We should never have to fear from the devil. Ever. You coming in our communities and you setting up a place, God knows what you doing. My question is, why would somebody that is a white supremacist gang, biker gang, or why would you be in a black community? So these are some questions that we want to know. I realize that talking about this, and I realize that trying to want to rally and protest this, I realize that there is going to be some consequences. Why do I say that? Because it's not rocket science to know that in order for them to be there, there had to be somebody from local government. There had to be somebody dealing with politics in order for them to be there. So, again, if we gonna stand on and say we are for the freedom and liberation of our people, then that means that we speak out. That means we act out upon anybody. I don't care if you're the blackest of black and the whitest of white, because the black devil is the worstest of devils. The white man is the devil. So this is just something that is bothering, very bothersome, to know that they are there in the city of Newark, because it raises a lot of questions. I'm going to hit you with one of the questions. And I really hope that somebody from local community organizations in Newark, I really hope that the mayor of Newark sees this video of what I'm addressing. Violence has increased in Newark. Now, if we know that this gang, if this white supremacist gang controls guns and controls drugs, who is not to say that they not running the show in the hood? Who's to say that they are not the ones giving guns? Who's to say? Who's to say? But at the end of the day, myself and some other people don't want them there. It doesn't make no sense why they're there. Now, I want y'all to do the knowledge to something, right? Because this last time I checked, this was known as a black Harlem. That is the Apollo you're looking at. What the fuck happened to the Apollo? What the fuck is this dumb shit that we seeing? Some motherfuckers with Christmas hats on singing some dumbass Christmas songs, promoting capitalism, promoting white supremacy, promoting this holiday to the people. Look at this shit. Welcome to the world famous Apollo Theater. And then boom, it's gonna say after amateur night, you're gonna see happy holidays. What's going on here? What is going on here that we see this at the Apollo? I don't know. And that's a rhetorical question. But the reality is that what you're seeing is gentrification. What you're seeing is something that was black owned is no longer black owned. What you're seeing is coonery and buffoonery and just straight idiotic, retorted bullshit before us. With all the things that's going on in this community, this is what we have here. Motherfuckers singing some stupid ass fucking Christmas carols that can't even fucking sing with all this Christmas shit out here that's promoting capitalism. What happened? And so this is what we seen around the states, or around the country. What we seen around the country is gentrification, and what we're seeing is the people being dumbed down. Like, I don't understand this, man.